Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome back to Baggage Claim. If your first time here, thank you so much for joining us. If you've been here through all 31 episodes, thank you so much and welcome back. We are in part 2 with Mason Rosel as our guest. If you didn't catch that, go back and listen to the other episode. You can get a little bit about Mason. He is a relationship guru of Sugar Hill, Georgia. Like, he is the man. So if you're in Sugar Hill, you need relationship advice.
Very narrow market for relationship advice.
Hit him up because he's the man.
Yeah.
And he's also in some local politics, so he's really good at that. But anyway, before we jump into far, we have we just do some fun random questions to jump into it. Wherever you're at, grab that drink, pull up to the table with us, enjoy whatever that may be, and just jump into some fun conversations. We're talking about relationships and marriage, and this is just guy night, so
cheers to that. Yeah,
the ladies gave us the microphones and said, have at it.
Yeah.
So
this is a one and done. We'll never get this opportunity
This
again.
will probably be the last time this ever happens.
Yeah.
So enjoy this. Listen to this episode and take it all in like a big drink of water, because this is probably all you're getting. So, all right. So my question is, it's kind of during this season, are you a hot dog kind of guy or a brat kind of guy? Are you a hot dog or brat? And if it is a brat, is it a certain kind of hot dog or a certain brat? Which kind? What do you got?
Man, what a great question. So, as I mentioned in the last episode, dad of 4 kids, right? So, I am a unashamed huge fanboy of Costco hot dogs.
Ooh, Costco hot dogs.
And so with the insane amount and cost that it takes to raise children in 2025, that $1.49.
Oh, bro, that slaps hard.
You're not kidding, brother.
It's $1.49.
You're not
it really
kidding.
does.
So when you're having a bad day, I mean, there are times, Greg, where I'll just say, sweetheart, I'm taking the kids, and I'll send her a picture, and there we are in Costco, just crushing those hot dogs. You can feed a family of 6 for $10, Greg.
Yeah.
So
You enjoy those dogs, boys.
Yeah. So if I'm feeling good and fancy, I love grilling brats like any other, good suburban dad. I mean, that's hard to beat.
Yeah.
But a Kirkland finest Costco hot dog
There
for
you
me,
go.
that's my go-to. What about you, man? What's your go-to?
God, man, there's a certain kind of hot dog, and I just, for the life of me, it just left me. You buy them in the grocery store, and it's a yellow packet. I can't remember what it is, but there's only 5 in a pack.
Oh, you're fancy.
And they're
Okay.
restaurant style. Dude, when you grill those, there's not a better.
Probably like some all Angus beef type.
Oh,
yeah,
hot dog.
probably. It's
So is the quality of the meat that makes it?
it's
okay.
really, really, because if you
It
buy
really
those that
does
are
make
like
a difference.
Yeah.
if you buy those that are red, solid red, like dyed red, you're like, bro, don't eat that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care even if you put it on the grill, still don't eat that, man.
I'm the oldest of 5. I always joke I've got white trash taste, so I'll eat pretty much any hot dog. But I want to try your fancy 5 hot
was
dog in a
it?
pack hot dog.
Oh man, I don't have my phone right. I have to Google it. Oh man, what you would eat the little Vienna sausage? You're a Vienna sausage guy. Would you eat those?
Oh, no.
Dude,
There are a few things.
Thomas ate his weight in those when he was young. Like,
I feel like that's the second cousin to Spam. The
it is.
Vienna
It's kind of like
sausages,
it's a relative. It's definitely a relative.
or the
It's like
canned
the
corned beef
stepchild of
hash.
Spam.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It's like
It's a what? The stepchild.
The stepchild of. If you play your cards right, Spam, you could be turned into a Vienna sausage.
You too can become a Vienna sausage.
Dreams do come true.
How about you, Michael?
So for me, the hot dog thing is kind of like the ballpark hot dog. Like
Okay.
it's got to be wrapped up in tinfoil, and the moisture from the hot dog's got to soak into the buns.
My
So,
mouth
like,
is literally watering right
So
now.
that's like the hot dog
Yeah.
for me. But other than that, it's bratwurst.
Okay.
Definitely
Dude, you go to
bratwurst.
Truist Park and get that hot dog.
Oh man.
That hot dog down there is just phenomenal.
When I grill hot dogs
Ugh.
at home,
Yeah.
I literally grill them and then put them in the bun and wrap them and put them in a cooler and let them sit for like 10 minutes before before it's dinner time. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Thomas's
Like-
wife, we almost had to kick her out of the family because I was grilling hot dogs, and she goes, "I don't want my grill. Can you boil it?"
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's exactly
So
what I
she's like a
said.
street cart hot dog.
Yeah, I was
lady.
like, what do you want? You need to
Yeah.
boil it? And she goes, "No." I was like, "I have a grill right here. I can grill
Yeah.
it."
No,
No, I'd rather have it boiled.
You got
And I
to
was
grill
like,
it, and you got to have it like at least 1/4% black.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you're getting a
There's
hot-
not grill marks on it. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
"Yeah, I've eaten a hot dog."
That's a gas
from
station hot dog. That's
I know, right?
just been rolling.
Yeah,
slowly.
dude,
like
the
30
best
minutes.
thing I ever had is my parents they would buy and sell real estate. Well, they had this gas station they had bought, and they were remodeling it. And I went in there and I was like, "Can I have the old hot dog
No.
roller?"
Oh.
And she goes, "Yeah, have at it, bro." I thought you could have. If I'd have won the lottery, I wouldn't have been even more happier.
Oh my gosh.
I put that thing, and we used it until it broke. Literally just shut
Oh, of
down and
course.
quit working.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dang it, it was good while it lasted."
So the question is, did you have hot dogs rolling on that thing like 24/7?
all the time,
Oh,
bro.
my
On
gosh.
the weekends,
Because I
if
mean, it's not a
football
gas
was
station
on.
hot dog unless it's been rolling for like at least 24
Yeah.
hours.
You got that little sign. It's like behind this line. Still
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're like, they're all hot, baby.
Yeah,
I,
so true.
in college, this is not nearly as cool, but I had one of those cereal dispensers, and I thought I had like, because
yeah.
college guy,
Especially in
it's like, you can
college.
live
Yeah.
on cold
Oh,
cereal
yeah.
milk. So you just roll up to that puppy with your bowl and just twist it. Lucky Charms coming out.
That's beautiful.
If I had the hot dog griller too,
You'd have been.
I would
man.
still be in college.
Your dorm would have been permeated
Yeah.
with just
Yeah.
hot dog smell.
would've
I
never
would
got
still
made.
be in college.
Oh, man.
Never would have graduated.
All right, well, I got a follow-up question.
Okay.
Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip
Oh, mayonnaise.
on the hot dog?
Oh, on the
no.
hot dog. Wait.
What?
Do you,
Wow.
do you not use mayonnaise on your hot dog?
No, it's ketchup mustard. That's it.
I'm a
You
pretty
ne- you
open-minded
don't
guy,
use
but
any
mayonnaise on my hot
Mayonnaise on a
dog.
hot dog.
I
put
haven't.
Chili. I'll put chili on there. I'll put cheese.
You know
on
what
it.
I like?
So you don't put anything on the bread?
No.
No.
You put mayonnaise on the bread and then put a hot dog on there.
We need to cook. We need to get
Yeah.
a cookout and like figure this out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
Michael
gotta
might be onto
experiment.
something.
Yeah, hey, check
Yeah.
this out.
Ron Burgundy style. Like,
Yeah.
which is better?
I definitely prefer mayonnaise. I think the follow up question is like, do you have brand loyalty to
Yes.
mayonnaise?
Yes.
Mayonnaise.
That's a very like
100%.
strong.
What's
for
yours?
people who are mayonnaise people? That is a
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot of mayonnaise. I don't have a whole lot of mayonnaise. Jess eats it on a burger. I don't.
I definitely eat on a burger.
Yeah, I don't eat a whole lot of mayonnaise. But if we do in our house, it's Duke's, and you can't
Yeah.
have anything else.
yeah.
I like Duke's. That's
I mean,
solid.
honestly, all the good brand names are good though. I mean, Duke's,
They are.
Hellman's,
Blue Plate.
like they're
yeah,
Hellman's.
Blue Plate.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all decent. But I mean, Duke's. This is what her grandmother used, and so that's what
Jess
we have
is
to use.
hardcore.
Oh yeah,
on that.
hard. Yeah, she will not use anything
No,
else. If
we
you
were
put it
talking
in there,
about
she'd be
making
like, yeah, I
coleslaw
won't
the
use
other
it.
day, and
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what mayonnaise use? She's like, Duke's. There's nothing else to
Wow.
use.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Like they don't? Do they make
That's
others?
some brand loyalty. She
Oh,
might have
she
like a
loves
Duke's
it.
tattoo. You know, it's
She
just
could
like,
have.
yeah.
She
she
probably
might.
hid that somewhere. and be like, what? Where'd you get that?
Have either of you ever done chips on your burgers or your hot dogs?
Ooh,
I like doing
yes.
that. I like the crunch.
Yeah, the crunch is.
And
a
every
huge
cookout, I
thing.
get a weird look from somebody. They're like, "What are you?" Like, what are
Especially
you
if
doing?
it's the
I love it.
sour
That's-
cream.
Oh, come on, brother. Yeah,
sour cream. I've always just done
Yes.
plain chips. I've never went
yeah.
flavor.
A classic
Those
Lay's
are
is
best
good.
with PB&J's though.
I feel like my
Plain.
culinary horizons are being expanded by Mike.
I'll
right
tell you
now.
one
Plain
thing.
chips
So
I,
hold
with a
on,
PB&J?
peanut butter jelly and like a plain Lay's chip.
Absolutely, nothing is better with peanut
I've
butter.
got homework
jelly.
after this episode. I got to try this stuff out.
I gotta go eat.
I usually make my kids lunch.
Yeah.
They're like, "Dad, what is this?" Hey, producer Michael said
Yeah,
that this
just-
will
yeah.
you know, rock your world. So
yeah, just try it. All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when you get home.
yeah.
All
Wow.
right, we gotta get an update on that. That is. Like I feel like
Next episode, you and Jess are just crunching some PB&J and C's.
Yeah.
With some chips in
You know,
there.
one thing I realized though, like I was watching TikTok the other day, and people were doing food reviews, and they were eating the food while they're talking. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. I'm like, don't eat. I don't want to see you eat it.
The
I don't
sound
wanna
of
watch
people
Is it the
eating
sound
into
or
a
the visual?
I
microphone.
don't know, but
They're
it
like,
just hit me. I was like, I
"Om,
scan on. I don't want to watch you eat food.
So
I don't want to watch that. I don't know. Maybe it could be jealousy deep down in my heart. It could be. You
I'll
know, it could
say-
just be mad.
Yeah.
Just be like, I want
I
to
wanna
be
be eating that.
Yeah.
Going back to the hot dogs, I saw a reel just like 2 days ago about a grilled cheese hot dog.
oh,
Oh, what?
like the
Yeah,
bun's
wow.
grilled cheese?
What is
Like
that?
what?
Is the bun grilled
Yeah,
a
what do
grilled
you
cheese?
mean?
Yes. So what
Oh,
they do is
I would
they'll
definitely
take
be
the
down
hot
for
dog
that all day
and
long.
they do basically do like cross hatching on the hot dog so that it like opens up and
Yep.
like splays out as you cook it.
Yep.
But then they don't take a hot dog bun; they take a hoagie roll. butterfly it and put butter on the grill.
Helps watering
I
again.
know, this is ridiculous. Then they put it down, so you're basically like grilled cheesing the hoagie roll. Then they put they had probably a pound worth of cheddar cheese on it.
Oh,
then put it back on the grill so that it melted into the bread. Then the well-grilled hot dog gets put in the hoagie roll, and then you eat that.
Take my money. Yeah, shut up and take my money.
It can't be healthy. It's like a heart attack on a in one meal.
I mean, you look at me and tell me I like things.
If I'm gonna die, I want to go out of the bank.
Yeah, sorry. Right? Enjoy it while you're going. You know, why not?
Good grief.
I don't want to be eating kale salad when I kick over.
No.
You know what's funny about grilled cheese? I'm the oldest of 5, and my mom cooked. She was the cook, right?
Yeah.
The one and only thing I have any recollection of my dad, quote unquote, contributing in the kitchen was he can make a mean grilled cheese sandwich. And so
what did you use on the bread? Did you use butter or mayo?
Butter.
Okay.
Butter on the bread.
You know, you can do.
You can do mayo.
Apparently, you can brush your teeth with mayo. You can use it as milk in your cereal. Michael has, like I said, expanded my culinary horizons.
That's just for us.
This podcast is like a food podcast. We ain't talking about relationships at all.
It's a
yet.
guy podcast.
12 minutes in and we've talked about nothing but
Here's
food.
45 uses for mayonnaise. Take notes, listeners.
So all the women are like, "Oh, please help us."
Yeah, just get on topic.
Yeah. Where's Jess at? We need Jess right now.
We did much better in episode 1. Sorry, Jess.
But you put, instead of the butter on the bread, you put mayo when you grill it. It actually
Again, I'm open to it.
It's really good.
No problems here.
Anyway,
I would do it.
We had the air on too. So look at us, air
It's like
conditioning
podcasting
going.
in a jet stream.
Yeah,
It really is. And we'll have to fan off.
have you guys heard that loud noise? That was our.
We're really being efficient tonight, y'all.
Yeah, we are. We are
We're
falling
moving
off
at
the
an
rails.
incredible
So
rate.
let's talk about a relationship. See how that goes. So in episode 1, or the one before this, not episode 1, but the episode before this, we actually did talk about relationships. And we were talking about marriage, but you made this statement. You said that you've realized that in order for you to be the most efficient, you find what refuels you.
Yeah.
And when it refuels you that helps you kind of be better at, because we talk about here all the time, if you want to be the best husband or best part of that relationship, be the healthiest version of
100%.
yourself.
100%.
And so I firmly believe that. So it's always the idea of okay, so find out what helps you get there. So for you, what is that? How did you find that?
Yeah.
And what does that look like on a weekly basis with 4 kids and a wife and a job?
Yeah, exactly. It's that chaotic trying to spin all the plates and running, hoping that they don't crash and burn. I think for me, and you tease this out a little bit, but it's just that idea of if you're going to lead others or bring value to your marriage and to your parenting, it's you got to be able to lead yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's different, but I think kind of knowing what the things are that fill your bucket and making sure that I like to run, for instance. And so I'll use kind of a running analogy. When you do a long race, there are strategic aid stations along the way.
Yep.
And one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in running and in marriage is when you're feeling good and you're kind of going at a good clip saying, oh, I don't need to stop at this aid station. Right?
Right.
And then
I've done that a lot.
mile 3 turns to mile 6, turns to mile 9, you're cramping and feeling really bad for yourself and, boo-hoo, that sort of thing. And so I think the same thing can happen is when we get caught up in the busyness of, and it can be good intention, right? Where we're spending so much of our time trying to serve and elevate others. Our wife, our kids, our boss, our customers, our friends, all these relationships where you're pouring yourself out. If you're not taking a refuel stop, that can be really detrimental, leading to burnout, crashing and burning, just that lack of bandwidth you might have in your relationships where it's why am I so short with my wife? Or why am I so short with my kids?
Yeah.
And for me, it was kind of learning the hard way that I'm not doing a good job of taking care of myself and doing those things that refuel me.
So how do you do those things on a weekly basis, or do you?
Yeah.
Are you still working on it, or?
I would say I'm still working on it, but I no longer view those things as nice to have. These are need to have.
Gotcha.
And so for me, I'm definitely an extrovert. You know, having relationships and investing in relationships with people that are not tied to my business and revenue or not tied to like my obligations, that's important.
Right.
And so, you know, maybe it's like I love being outside, like you, like that's something a common love that we share.
Yeah.
And so it's realizing that like I have to create and protect margin in my weekly schedule, my daily schedule, my, you know, weekly rhythm, whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
So that if Greg calls me and says, "Hey man, I'm going to go hike this, you know, do you want to go with me and do that?" That it's not completely impossible and out of the picture, because I know that those are the things that fill up my bucket and kind of make me come alive.
Right.
And if I'm doing those things, then I bring my best to my marriage with my wife.
Yep.
I bring my best to my parenting as a dad to my 4 kids. It carries over to work and that sort of thing. And so what I've done, just practically speaking, is making sure that I'm like prioritizing and protecting time on my calendar to have the margin, that I'm being proactive in doing those things that I've identified that help me lower that pressure, or is that pressure release valve.
Yep.
And then also being aware of like kind of pacing out those aid stations. So it's great to say you did it, but if it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks since you've done something for yourself that fills your bucket, that should be probably a concern or something to be aware of.
Right.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah. Do you, we always say I think Jess and I are both on the same page in saying most, I guess, fractures in relationships happen around either 2 things: communication or unmet expectations. Whether it be at work, whether it be in marriage, whatever it is, usually that's when they fracture and things go sideways. So in those things you're saying for yourself, so you've communicated that with your wife, Brandy. She knows those things about you. So when you go to say, "Hey, I need some time to go hike," or "I need some time away," have y'all had conversations around that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a great point. It's not enough for you to be like self-aware and say like, "I need this," but your spouse needs to be aware of that too, so that it doesn't feel like a burden for them to support or carry the load for the family for you to do those things.
Yeah.
And so for Brandy, for instance, she's the opposite of me. We joked about that in the previous podcast.
Yeah.
But she's very regimented, very routine. She likes to have a plan, likes to follow that plan. And so for her, also as a morning person, as an introvert, having time every morning to start her day off at the gym has been really, really important.
Good.
And it's not about the gym,
Right.
but it's about that time of being able to say, I can start with some quiet, being around some people that like I know and I trust and like, you know me on a deeper level. I can, you know, put my best foot forward here. I can feel good about myself because I've done a hard thing and kind of conquered that to start my day. And I've done it with routine over and over again.
Right.
Whereas like for me, running is a great like decompression. But I don't care if it's 6 a.m, 6 p.m, at lunchtime, whatever. It's more so I just need to get it done.
Right.
And so for us in our marriage, we figured out that like we need to protect that time for her in the morning. But for me, there will be times where I'm like, hey babe, I need to go for a run. And she's like, yeah, I gotcha. Type thing. So again, to your question, it's great if I know it, but if I don't communicate it and we don't have clear expectations with one another, you're not where you want to be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's an easy, like Jess knows sometimes, like my last job got to a point where it was just extremely stressful.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to go walk. And she knows that that's my decompression. And we have Life 360. So I have my phone in my pocket, headphones on, and I'm just listening to music and I'm just walking. Well, they say I know I'm 3 miles from the house. I'm over at.
She's like, wow, you really did need to walk.
Yeah. And she's like, she texts me, my phone goes off. Where are you going? Yeah. I was like, oh, I need to go. I was like, and look, she's, watching me on Life 360 to see, because it was 10 o'clock at night and I live in downtown Gainesville. So, I mean, it's not that dangerous of a place, but, it's just that we've communicated and know just that, hey, I need some time to just, I got to get away and let my mind think. And this is what I have to do to kind of refocus a little bit. So, because I'm usually not an alone guy, but there's sometimes where it's just good for me to be alone.
At times.
Yeah. And I think if you're not okay being by yourself and being quiet in that, like, turn your phone off sometimes, just be quiet. It's a kind of a cool thing. Like I got in this habit one time where I would get in the truck and I would turn the music off, my phone or nothing, and just sit in the truck and it's just quiet. Roll the windows down. It's actually really nice sometimes. It's like, oh, wow, look at that. It doesn't happen much when you got young kids.
No.
And so you're just like, well, you hear that? It's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
it's been 4 years since I heard that sound. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, too, it's that whole finding what you refuels you, finding what fills that tank for you so that you can be not so. This is the problem with that, though, is that if we're not careful in managing that, it becomes and then we fight for that more than we like. We lose sight of, no, that's to refuel me so I'm a better husband, a better dad, a better work. And then it just becomes like just so much of like, nope, I just want to go do that. That's it.
Right.
Like every spare minute I have, I'm going to go do that. And it's like, but why?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to find that balance and figure it out and know the reason behind why you're doing it. So
yeah, I think the balance too is and I've been guilty of this too. It's like, how do you have accountability and clear expectations with your partner about what you need to kind of be the healthiest version of yourself, but not taking advantage to the point where you're escaping?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think something that we do a poor job in just this point in time that we are in society is, I'm trying to get on my soapbox too much with this, but like just that idea of, we carry in our pockets, all of our pockets, a very quick and addictive escape.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the importance of quiet. I don't care if you're introverted, extroverted, purple, green, orange, yellow. Like everyone needs that.
Right.
And I think what happens is a lot of times instead of choosing the harder right, we settle for the easier wrong. Mm-hmm. And the distraction is there. It's there, it's convenient, it's numbing, it's whatever. And so we use that as an escape as opposed to saying like, with the way that I'm wired, with what I need, what are the things that truly like are an aid station for me that refuel me, not just numb me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like if you're on a long run, and marriage is a long run. Yeah. When you get to an aid station, you need good fuel, you need electrolytes, you need, water, obviously, that sort of thing. You might need to stretch, whatever. Make sure your shoes are good, that sort of thing. I think in marriage, like the same thing, like you need to have those regular routine, like check-ins, those date nights. We talked about like a kid-free trip every once in a while, if you can do it and afford it, or, you can do some of the stuff. It can be a staycation at home, like get the friends or neighbors to watch the kids and have time.
Money should not be the excuse.
No.
If you're saying I can't afford it, it's like you can do stuff really, really cheap, almost virtually free. Like figure it out, be creative.
Yes. Well, exactly. And this kind of comes back to the idea we talked about in the last episode where your marriage is worthwhile. Yeah. But it's not, you're not doing it wrong if it feels hard because it's worthwhile and it's uphill. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so just like this long endurance race where it's like, it's tough, it's taxing, there are like, uphills or downhills or like all this other stuff. Like it's a journey, but make sure when you go into those aid stations, you're going at it in a smart way. And you're actually refueling and not just filling up on junk to numb yourself. Yeah. Or like, oh, hey, I got here, my legs are killing me because I've run 20 miles. So I'm just going to pop a bunch of, aspirin or whatever and just like like numb myself. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think what you do matters. Communicating that to your spouse matters. And making sure, too, we talked about in the first episode with like a healthy relationship kind of being that race to the back of the line. Right. Make sure that you're seeing how long has it been since my wife has been to an aid station? How long has it been since she's had that time? Yeah. And proactively doing the things so that not only she's able to do it, but she doesn't feel guilty for doing it. Right. Yep. And I think when you got young kids, that second part can be really hard. Yes. Because it's like, yeah, I need it, but like, I can't leave you with the kids. It's like, no, you can and you need to. Yeah. No, those kids are, you're right. Yeah. It is so hard, especially when, like for her right now in this season of her life, she is staying home. She's the primary, like she's with them all the time. Yeah. She has the hardest job in the world, in my opinion. So when she's not with them, she's feeling guilty going, oh, we should do that. Why don't we do that? I need to. It's like, no, I got it. Yep. Yeah. We may tear the house down, but we'll be okay. Yes. We'll figure it out when you get back. So
So Mason, if I may interject, you talk about this earlier in the previous episode. You talk about calendarizing. You're talking about all these things right now. Do you ever set out a game plan? Meaning, like, when as a dude, like if I got a project I'm going to build or something I'm working on, I'm going to lay out a game plan. If I've got a new task at work or when I'm going to a new job, like I'm laying out a game plan of what my goals are, what I'm going after, but most importantly, the steps that get me there. Do you ever do that with relationship? I know we talked about the calendarizing, but one, is that a weird way of looking at that? Because I know we're talking about relationship. You don't want to take away the relational part of that and the personal side of it. But are there ways that you go about that so that you stay focused, you stay on track, and don't let kids' busyness take you away from that?
Yeah, that's such a good question, Michael. I would say that's something I don't do very well, just naturally, because I'm not a planner. And so if I could kind of go back in time, I think I would do a better job being intentional about the direction that I was trying to head in. Because I think in probably the first, I don't know, let's say 5 years of our marriage, there were probably, it's kind of, I think my progress or my journey was more of like, the stove's hot, ouch, let me not touch the stove again. And like going through iterations of that, of like, ooh, wife not happy, me want to do a better job, not making wife unhappy. Yeah. As guys, I think we naturally, like, you talked about this at the beginning of this episode, but just that idea of like us being problem solvers or trying to problem solve and knowing like, was this like a problem that you want solved or just like you want a companion in that journey?
Right.
But we compartmentalize things. And so we're like, here's a problem. So the solution needs to be in this box. Whereas I think our wives oftentimes, and I'm generalizing here, I'm definitely generalizing here, but there's a lot of things that are interconnected with that. And so the idea of like setting a plan in place is evolving for me. And I think I have slowly, my wife would probably say very slowly, gotten hopefully better at that, of being like proactive in, this is what I want my marriage to look like. This is where I want us to be, that sort of thing. But I mean, I took probably the dumb marriage advice that all of us got that was like, happy wife, happy life when it started out. And it was very just like simple. Mm-hmm. So like, it would literally be like, is she happy? I'm doing a good job. Is she not happy? I'm doing a bad job. I need to change something. But yeah, I think, and that's not an excuse. If you're a guy like me that's not good at planning, that doesn't mean we get a pass. It just means it's going to be more of an uphill in that process. But I think as you pursue your wife, hopefully, you learn some things. And as guys, as dumb as we can be sometimes, hopefully as we go through those cycles, we learn also and say, I don't want to touch that stove again. Or I see how my actions or my short-sightedness and not thinking about how things are connected impacted my wife. And like, I don't like that. Yeah. So I hope that answered your question.
No. Yeah. I think that's good stuff. It's good advice. I think there's, it's like you said, the things are interconnected. Like I said with Jess today, we went outside. It's beautiful, beautiful weather right here in Gainesville, Georgia right now. It's incredible. And so we're just sitting outside. We got some music playing, and she's just downloading work. And she's just talking about everything. She goes, "I'm sorry for word vomiting," like right now. And I'm like, no, it's okay. So like I want to know what's going on in her life, because if I sense frustration or shortness, I know that the source of that, it may not be me. It's coming from somewhere else. Yeah. It may be something else right now. So it's almost listening to those things and trying to figure it out. It's not always a problem to solve, but sometimes it's just to listen and just to take it in. Because I can't solve that issue for her, And she's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, just keep moving forward. I don't know. I don't have any advice for that. I don't know. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. And that's really hard. I think that's really hard for us as dudes.
Yeah.
Like, because even just like you saying that, I'm uncomfortable being like, yeah, what do you say in that? And like, and maybe it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's just weird. It's like, we don't really have like words or framework for like, I don't at least have an idea or suggestion of like how to solve that.
Right.
So yeah, just being aware that's a blind spot for us probably.
Yeah. And yeah, it goes back to us. We're talking about warning signs in the one before. Like that's that, maybe it's just a low air pressure in the tire. Just put some air in the tire. Maybe it's not, or maybe you're just like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I had one of these lights pop on my truck the other day, and it was like the brake light came on and the skid thing came on and some other light, and I was like, I've never seen that before. What does that mean? I had no idea. So it was kind of it's interesting. Figured out what it was. So it's marriage is not always we'll just fix that. That's easy. Let's just do that. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
No, it's a process, and as guys. We always say, I'm just not a good communicator, so you just got to figure it out. And I'm like, that's a lame excuse and it doesn't work. Like, become a better communicator.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
And, as guys, I mean, everybody's like this. Like, we have a just God-created need for community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another thing where, like, we can mess up as guys. Sometimes you just be like, I'm a lone wolf and I do this whole thing. Like, I've gotten a lot from like having guys that I can trust, that I know that like are kind of in my tribe, that I can say like, hey man, like I fumbled the ball in this. And even sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, me too. And it's like, oh, okay, we all suck.
Yeah. Like, okay, wait a minute, I'm not by myself. Yeah.
But just like kind of talking through that and having that community. And so like we didn't talk about that much in the previous conversation, but like I deeply believe we weren't meant to do this thing alone.
No, I agree.
And just how there can be a community, kind of that micro of the family. Also figuring out guys that provide, sound advice, and not just like we're all complaining about our wives. That's not good. That's not helpful. No. But like some sound advice and encouragement, I think has been good for me.
So we always like to have a section on baggage claim where I always just say, hey, we unpack. Like we all got baggage.
Yep.
I don't care who you are, where you're at, where you come from, you got baggage. You either choose to unpack it or you choose to not. So many times as guys, we don't unpack our bags and we don't look at those things of how we act, how we do things, because if we feel like for some reason it makes us less of a man, which is a ridiculous statement. But at the same time, being the best version of yourself, sometimes we got to unpack those things. So that being said, unpack. I mean, you got folks all over the place, all over the United States. I mean, heck, all over the world. There's some people listening, no matter where you're at. You have an opportunity to jump up on your soapbox and say the one thing about marriage. Hey, give me one, maybe two things. It can be just one on your soapbox of, hey, unpack. Here's one thing you do this week. Marriage, like this is it. This is my chance.
Man,
what would it be?
That's a big question.
It is, yes.
Yeah, well, that's quite the lead up. I would say maybe just don't be afraid to like take the lead. Like be the one that takes that first step. Mm. So
that's what I say. Unpack that a little bit. That statement, if you don't mind.
I don't think any of us are like blind to the fact that there are always going to be some, light on the dashboard that's flashing. Mm-hmm. And we have a choice as far as do we kind of ignore it or delay our response to it, or do we address it? And we all know this as guys, and I think like a big thing, like, we're going to be uncomfortable. We're going to like, embrace the suck and that sort of thing. It's like, well, put your money where your mouth is. Like this is a really good opportunity for us, I think, to be the ones that take the lead here and say, okay, I see something that tells me that this may be of concern, or just, I don't know what this really means.
Right.
Instead of just like, well, let's just let it play out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's, I'm going to take the lead and I'm going to figure out a babysitter, whether it's, my mom, my mother-in-law, a friend, high school or whatever, to watch the kids so that my wife and I can have time and just spend some time to like, reconnect or whatever like that. Maybe it's time where it's like, man, it's been a long time since I've like taken a day off from work. So that we can do stuff, even if it's just running errands and things that we have to do, but doing it together.
Right.
So that we're not so independent and ships passing in the night. I don't know.
Yep.
But I would say that's a practical encouragement. You're not alone. We're doing this together, and we're all trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
But let's not wait till all the tires blow up, or that we have that uncomfortable conversation where it's like, we've talked about this 50 times, or I can't believe you haven't seen, or like whatever. It's like, let's kind of cut it off at the pass and say, hey, Friday night we're going to go out, or let's, I went ahead. We don't have anything planned next Friday, but I took Friday off, and we're going to spend time, getting stuff done that we've, meant to do, and just kind of doing it together.
Yeah. Nice.
So I don't know.
Hit
me with a hard question.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good one. Because I mean, if you and so many guys do this, if we ignore the things and just say the whole idea, well, let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Like you do that with your car. If the temperature gauge maxes out, engine lights come on, you just go, let's see how this plays out. I can tell you how it's going to play out. The engine's going to blow.
Yeah.
You're going to lose your car. It's going to cost you a lot of money to fix it.
But that's the difference. In the car, it costs you a lot of money to fix it.
Yeah.
This is way more.
It's way more costly.
Way more. We're guys. We're like, let's throw money at the problem. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't throw enough money at this.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I think that's great advice, just to basically take the first step. Like, be the lead and take the first step, no matter how comfortable that may be.
Or how small the step is. Like,
yeah.
I'm a believer, like, something's better than nothing.
Right.
And so just.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think it could be something as simple as, let's go run errands together. Like, it doesn't have to be we're taking a weekend trip away somewhere.
No, that's hard.
It's like we're just going to start small and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to chase her, pursue her. She's worth it. So
yeah.
Wow. Well, I feel like, man, we've had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of really fun stuff. This first episode, if you listen to this episode, you got a lot of food things you need to go try.
From kids to marriage to mayonnaise on hot dogs.
Yes. You name it, we covered it.
Check.
So, yeah, this is probably the last time guys get the mics without the ladies.
Going out with a bang.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for joining in and listening with us. If you're a wife out there and you listen to this, you're like, oh, Lord, help us. Send it to your husband. Let him listen. Hopefully he gets something out of it.
Yeah. At least you're not as dumb as these guys.
Yeah. Look at these idiots.
You're doing great, honey. Not a boy.
Yeah, you're doing great. So, but thank you for joining Baggage Claim tonight and joining the table with us for some fun conversation and hopefully some helpful conversation. And Mason, thanks for taking time out of your crazy life, fun crazy, but just to come sit with us and have some conversation tonight. So
thanks for having me. I had a blast. It was awesome.
Thanks, man. And talk to you guys later. Have a good one. And go Dogs.